Now, some stories only get oxygen when they fit a certain script. Everything else gets buried. Today, we're looking at what actually happens when Black voices stop waiting for permission to speak. Let's just go ahead and start here.
Hey, I have a question. So, since y'all are around here spreading the gospel that white people are bad and that you guys don't want your children to be hanging around white people, are y'all going to give the same energy to these niggas? Because why ain't nobody talking about Aken Liverpool? Huh? He had the same similar situation as Nolan Wells. But hey, don't take my word for it. Dive into this clip.
I'm filled with emotions. This is very hard. This is about one of the hardest things I think I've ever had to do.
A devastating discovery for the family of this man, 23-year-old Aken Liverpool.
Just made contact with the jet ski. They said about, I can see something floating in the water. I sent them back towards that way, and they said it looks like a body.
Miami police officers were dispatched to 1541 Brickell Avenue Sunday. Liverpool's family tells 7 News his body was found near Brickell Bay Drive.
We just got the news that my nephew was found.
Crystal King, Liverpool's aunt, spoke with us moments after that call.
We were actually hoping that they would find him alive, but unfortunately that's not the case.
Liverpool was reported missing by Miami police Saturday from Miami's Brickell neighborhood. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, Liverpool was last seen on a charter boat in Biscayne Bay going from Hobie Beach towards the Miami River.
He went on a party boat, supposedly with some friends.
But what led up to his disappearance is a question the family wants answered.
We were told that they did not know what happened, that they just noticed that he was missing from the boat.
Liverpool's aunt says her nephew just graduated with his master's from Barry University, and he was about to go for his doctorate.
The family is just really sad. We're down. This is someone who was a bright kid.
Now, well, what do we have here? A black man decides to go on a boating experience with some other niggas and he never made it home. Why isn't this case getting the Nolan Wells effect? Why is this not getting the Nolan Wells treatment? Is it because of your coon overseers, Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, not out here giving y'all the green light to be your racist selves? Or is it the fact that, again, black lives don't matter because there wasn't a white person involved? I mean, and considering all things, because we see that this guy is Greek, I wouldn't be surprised if they was doing some hazing rituals. Because that's what y'all little collegiate gangs be doing out here. Y'all be trying to beat up each other to be a part of y'all little cliques. Because according to some other reports, because the family finds this to be very suspicious, by the way. The family said that according to the people that was on the boat, that he fell off the bow of the boat. How is it that y'all know where he fell off but don't know when? And this charter boat ain't big at all. But y'all don't know when he actually dove off the boat? Something ain't right about this at all. Black Lives Matter, NAACP, where you at? D9, the little Greekdom that y'all have, where y'all at? Where's the justice for this guy? Where's the think pieces? Where's the GoFundMe for him? Y'all always proving me right with the selective outrage. Are y'all gonna stop having y'all black kids around other black people? Drop it in the comments. And justice to this man, Aken Liverpool. I hope y'all continue to keep his name on his brain because we definitely need answers on this one.
Wow. A young black man dies in Miami and the same machines that usually flood the timeline go quiet. No water wall coverage, no national marches, no sudden experts. Just the family asking questions into the wind, essentially. Meanwhile, other cases get round-the-clock treatment as, the highlight, the centerpiece. The second they can be turned into a symbol. That silence isn't random. It's selective. And selective silence is a choice. But this one, I don't really even have a segue. We just dive right into it.
Why are they like this? Why are they like this? I'm telling y'all why they're like that. They fucking hate you. They've been taught to hate you. And the majority of them are too stupid to realize that they've been lied to. White people are the enemy to them, yet the most dangerous thing to a black person is another black person. That is proven by reality. That is why a bunch of niggas move out the hood. Soon as a nigga gets some money, they move with the white folks. You wanna know why? For fucking safety reasons, that's why. But these same people would tell you that it's the white people we looking out for. Okay, if that's the case, why the fuck do you rich niggas always move next to them? Why would y'all make just enough money to move out of certain neighborhoods? Y'all do that and y'all go straight to where them white folks live. Why? Explain that.
People will leave high crime areas for safer ones, then turn around and act like the safer area is the problem. You know, that math only works if you never have to live with the result. Safety isn't a theory either. You know, it's what you move toward when an alternative is your kids hearing gunshots at night. Pretending otherwise doesn't make anyone safer. It just makes the conversation dishonest. Now, keep that in mind for this next one.
The National Guards have been deployed to D.C. for more than a year now. What do you make of their presence a year in?
I love them. I love them. Our kids deserve to grow up safe with a different environment. You know, for so long, D.C. has been a violent city. The goal is to get peace back into the neighborhood and society.
I love them here. Keep them here. It's cleaning D.C. up. Keep them moving all around D.C. Clean them up. Clean them up. I love them.
I tell them thank you every time I walk past them. All the crime statistics say they're down, in no small part because of that.
That's a deterrent. So we haven't had any really serious issues, especially with the teenagers lately. But I think they're doing an excellent job. I just feel bad about the young lady who lost her life last year.
Let's take a look at the crime stats across the nation. We're seeing homicides rate on track to be the lowest in more than a century. Some people are saying this is like a good policy from the administration. What do you think?
We lost more, young people that could have been lawyers, judges, doctors, could have been something in life. I think it was time to get this under control. And I do praise President Trump for that, because somebody showed that they really cared.
Boys in Blue, pretty important for that too. As long as you support them, they can do their job. They do their job. Imagine that the crime rate plummets.
I just say when they came, everything just got better to me, for real. It got better, better, better. Keep it up, guys. I'm with Trump.
He deserves 100% of the credit. And God behind him. I mean, why wouldn't they do something about this? Why would they allow crime to run rampant?
He had to come in and do that. You can't just ignore the elephant in the room, because sometimes people that are bad have to be dealt with in that way. So I'm grateful for where we are.
So black residents in D.C. looking straight at the camera and saying the men in the White House deserves the credit for cleaner streets and fewer problems. Not the system, not city council, him, Trump. That doesn't fit the story a lot of people have been selling for years. So instead of dealing with the results, the narrative just pretends those voices aren't speaking. And it gets louder.
Hey guys, this is Latina Fairy Community Advocate. So there's my lighting is perfect. So I see that City and State just recently reported that DSA membership is mostly 60% white. And this is for the New York City chapter located downtown, the headquarters, DSA headquarters. While in the meantime, their nationwide membership is a combination of over 80% whites. So the reason that City and State is reporting on this now is because Black elected officials and Black community leaders, we are speaking out and pushing back against the DSA, aka the new Nazi party. Because guess what? You cannot play in our faces and think that we don't know or see what's going on or what's happening. This is a group of white, far left-leaning, rich white kids, not even kids, young adults, older adults who come from privileged backgrounds, pushing this whole working man, working family strategy, a policy that was built within the Democratic Party that is now being used and weaponized by the Red and Green Alliance. You cannot tell me that Black people are not educated or aware to what's happening. The only reason why City and State put this article out now is to try to control the narrative and, of course, put out the fires, right? So the Black and brown faces that City and State is talking about, for example, Daria Lisa, she just won her congressional race, Claire Valdez, so many others. I need you all to keep in mind, they are just the faces. They are just the puppets. They use them as props to give off the impression that DSA supports Blacks and Latinos. They don't. They don't. These people are flown in from other states. They have already been recruited, groomed, you name it. They're doing the dirty bidding of the Red and Green Alliance. If you think for 1 second that left-wing media is going to brainwash the Black community or gaslight us, you have another thing coming. We are fully aware of who the DSA is and what they're capable of, and we know that they are anti-Black, anti-family, anti-God, anti-everything. That is the new Nazi party. Let that sink in. And they have a partnership with radical Islamic groups, the Muslim Brotherhood. We are not stupid. And I'm glad to see that more and more Black leaders are acknowledging that. Only one Black elected official said something about it, and that was Donovan Richards, the Queensborough president. Where are the rest of the Black leaders? We need you to speak out.
So when Black people reject an ideology that keeps failing them, suddenly the criticism is called anti-Black. And that's not analysis to me. That's a guilt trip dressed up as moral authority. You don't get to claim you speak for a community and then shame that community when they stop buying what you're selling. Here's my guy, Jesse Lee Peterson. He never misses.
What is wrong is I'm so befuddled.
You befuddled right now?
Yes, I really am.
What does befuddled feel like?
I'm confused. Like, how could that be how could that be, I don't know. I don't understand how this could be remotely selfish or me, like, bringing home a dog and saying, here, I guess we have the dog. It isn't that.
Okay, let me just say this then because of time.
Okay.
Are you still befuddled?
Yes.
Black people do not get befuddled. We get angry.
I'm not angry. I don't have any anger. I dropped it.
But befuddled is a white anger. She's befuddled. I bet you won't go to the hood with that befuddled.
What is
befuddled? It's a soft word, man. It lets people stay comfortable. You know, anger is honest. It doesn't need, thesaurus. And the different, that difference in language tells you, more about two different worlds than most college courses ever will. All right, everyone, this is the last one.
So I just came up with a new word. I'm culturist. I'm culturist. Okay, I'm not a racist, I'm culturist. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm culturist. I can admit to being culturist. Okay? Okay? If your culture ain't nothing but bad mumbo jumbo bullshit, I don't fuck with it. I'm culturist. Now we just got a label. Get culturist. That one gonna be hard.
Yeah, I like this right here. I actually think it's much more applicable and much more accurate to the vast majority of people. There will be a lot of people who don't like a lot of culture in the Black community, and as a result of them thinking a lot of that culture is bullshit, which it is, they will then call those people racist. They're not racist, they're culturists. They don't like certain cultures. And that is smart. Not all cultures are created equal. So we should not treat all cultures the same. Yes, we should, Jeffrey. Diversity is our strength. Shut up. No, it's not. But this goes back to one of the things I've been talking about is the largest problem in the Black community is culture. And here's the definition of culture. Culture is the shared set of beliefs, values, customs, behaviors, and physical objects that a group of people learns, shares, and passes down from generation to generation. Cultures can be good and they can be bad. And that's the hard truth. And the cultures that are bad, we should work to remove. The cultures that are counterproductive, that harm people, and I mean actually harm people. I'm not talking about some leftists talking about, well, wanting people to assimilate is a bad culture. No, it's not. It's how we keep social cohesion in the United States and actually keep the fabric of the nation together. But I like that. She came up with a new word, culturist. I don't like crappy cultures. That's great. We need to spread this and focus on this because really people's cultures, in many cases, groups of people are in many cases what determines their outcome. And that's why Asian people do so much better than Black people in the United States. The cultures are different. Yeah, that's all I've got for now, guys. Also, if you want to see how conservatives have been being censored and deplatformed by fintech companies, when I say fintech, I mean financial technology companies, I'll have a link to that in my profile. And this is another reason why it's important that we continue to fight and win in the culture battle, because these companies will feel pressure by whoever side is winning. And that's why we saw, for example, and you can see it in the article, Donald Trump getting deplatformed and other conservatives getting deplatformed. And this is just fintech. Social media was far worse. But the link to that's in my profile. This is sponsored, by the way, but just click that link. It's like a 3-minute read. It'll be like the first option when you click the link in my profile. That's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Not every culture produces the same outcomes. Pretending they do doesn't make you open-minded. It makes you blind to cause and effect. People notice patterns in how communities function, even when they're not allowed to say it out loud, right? Culture is not a costume. It's rules people actually live by. Now, what you just watched wasn't, just random clips. Obviously, it was actually a straight line. Selective attention, inverted blame, real results that get ignored, ideological loyalty tests, soft language that hides harsh truths, and finally, the simple admission that not every way of living produces the same results. The narrative that certain policies and certain mindsets automatically serve Black communities have been running for decades. The results keep contradicting it. More people are starting to notice the gap between the sales pitch and the lived experience, and that gap doesn't close by shouting louder. I think it closes when people stop pretending the evidence isn't there. Y'all know the truth never needs a permission slip. It just needs people willing to look at it without flinching. I want you to write the word clarity in the comments if you made it to the end of this video. And woe to those who can call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness. This is Isaiah 20. We've been reading this one. And also, I love Hosea 4:6 that I've been consistently reading this month, which is, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Be safe. Please go check on someone today. You could be saving their life. Also, I'm in the middle of moving. Yeah. Tomorrow you may see a completely new background. I want to say thank you for all the memories I've been able to create in here, and all the times we had, man. But this is goodbye to this old background. I'll probably knock out another video, but I'm like an hour late to go pick up my car. I gotta go.